Many people assume that financial struggles are simply a matter of poor management or lack of opportunities. However, for the chosen one, these challenges often run much deeper, tied to spiritual lessons and growth rather than just external circumstances. Understanding the spiritual roots behind financial difficulties is essential to unlocking the path toward abundance and stability. For those who have been set apart with a divine mission, financial struggles are not merely random hardships, they are often intricately connected to the soul's journey. Money, as a form of energy, interacts differently with those who are called to higher spiritual purposes. The chosen one may find that conventional methods of financial success do not resonate or work as effectively, leading to frustration and confusion. This disconnect often stems from the fact that their spiritual path is designed to teach them something much greater than material wealth alone. Financial challenges often serve as catalysts for growth and refinement. They force the chosen one to confront deep-seated beliefs about lack, scarcity, and worthiness. These struggles can expose old wounds, such as fear of not having enough or feeling undeserving of abundance. The financial journey for a chosen one is often a spiritual test, a way for them to unearth and release limiting beliefs that hinder their ability to receive and trust in divine provision. At the heart of these struggles lies the opportunity to build unwavering faith. The chosen one is often called to walk a path where the usual safety nets of the world do not apply. Traditional job security, predictable incomes, and conventional career paths may feel out of alignment with their soul's calling. This divergence can create periods of uncertainty where financial strain tests one's trust in a higher power and divine timing. It's through these moments of financial hardship that the chosen one learns to rely on faith rather than fear, to trust in the unseen provision of the universe. Additionally, financial struggles often come with a message of detachment. The chosen one is not meant to be overly attached to material wealth, for their mission often transcends the physical realm. Money is a tool, not a destination. These lessons help you prioritize spiritual richness over material accumulation, ensuring that when abundance does flow, it serves a higher purpose rather than feeding into a cycle of ego-driven desires. This deeper perspective on financial struggles reveals that these challenges are not signs of failure, but rather opportunities for spiritual refinement. They act as mirrors, reflecting the areas where inner work is needed to heal old wounds around money, security, and self-worth. The chosen one must learn to navigate the tension between their material needs and spiritual mission, balancing the two without losing sight of their higher calling. As the understanding of these spiritual roots deepens, it becomes clear that financial struggles are just one aspect of the greater spiritual journey. The energy of money itself plays a significant role in how chosen ones interact with abundance, shaping not only their relationship with wealth, but also their purpose and mission in the world. Money, in its essence, is a form of energy. It flows, fluctuates, and moves according to the intentions, beliefs, and vibrations that surround it. For the chosen one, understanding this energetic nature of money is key to unlocking financial stability and abundance. Unlike the mainstream view of money as merely a tool for survival or success, those on a spiritual path come to realize that money is intricately linked to their personal vibration, inner beliefs, and connection with the divine flow. Money's energy is neutral. It takes on the form and value that is projected onto it. If you view it as scarce, difficult to acquire, or something that only brings stress, that belief system begins to shape your reality. For the chosen one, breaking free from collective conditioning around money requires a shift in perspective. Rather than seeing it as a source of struggle or something to chase, it must be viewed as an extension of spiritual energy, something that responds to your faith, alignment, and purpose. One of the most significant challenges for many on a spiritual path is the internal conflict between wanting to live in alignment with higher values and the need to engage with a material world that is largely driven by financial systems. This conflict can create blockages in the flow of money. Many chosen ones are taught, either directly or indirectly, that there is something impure or unspiritual about desiring financial success. However, the truth is that money, like any other resource, can be used as a tool for good or for harm. It is neither inherently spiritual nor materialistic. It depends on how it is used. Learning to harmonize with the energy of money involves understanding that abundance is not separate from spirituality. The chosen one often comes to realize that money is simply a reflection of the energy they are putting into the world. When you are in alignment with your purpose, money flows in as a form of support to further your mission. If there is resistance, fear, or guilt around money, it can create blockages, leading to financial struggles. Additionally, the chosen one learns that money is not the end goal. It is a byproduct of being in alignment with higher vibrations such as gratitude, generosity, and trust. When your actions, intentions, and mindset align with abundance rather than scarcity, money flows more freely. The energy of gratitude, for example, has a magnetic quality that draws in more of what you appreciate, including financial resources. On the other hand, focusing on lack or fear only perpetuates a cycle of limitation. Navigating the energy of money also requires a level of self-awareness. It's important to examine your personal beliefs around wealth. Do you believe that money is hard to come by? Or do you believe that it's a natural part of your divine journey? The chosen one's relationship with money is often a reflection of their own self-worth and their belief in the abundance of the universe. As this understanding of the energy of money deepens, it becomes clear that financial abundance is not about force or struggle. It is about shifting into alignment. From here, it's essential to recognize and begin breaking free from limiting beliefs that have been passed down or adopted, which block the flow of financial prosperity. Limiting beliefs are often deeply rooted in our subconscious and shape how we perceive the world, particularly when it comes to wealth and abundance. The chosen one on a spiritual journey begins to recognize that many of these beliefs were inherited or conditioned by society, family, and culture. These ingrained ideas about money can act as barriers, preventing financial abundance from flowing freely into your life. Growing up, many are taught that money is hard to come by, that it's the root of all problems, or that pursuing wealth is selfish or greedy. These beliefs become part of a mindset that makes wealth feel elusive or unattainable. For the chosen one, breaking free from these beliefs is a critical step toward creating a healthier relationship with money. It's about recognizing that these ideas are not truths, but perspectives that can be shifted. One of the most common limiting beliefs is the notion that spirituality and wealth cannot coexist. The chosen one may have been conditioned to think that pursuing financial success conflicts with higher spiritual values. However, money itself is neutral. It can be used as a tool for good, to further a divine mission, or for personal fulfillment. Wealth is not inherently opposed to spirituality. In fact, it can be aligned with purpose, enabling you to make a greater impact in the world. Another limiting belief often encountered is the fear of judgment. Many chosen ones are afraid of being judged or misunderstood if they seek financial success. The idea that others will see them as materialistic or greedy creates an internal conflict, leading to self-sabotage or reluctance to fully embrace abundance. It's important to realize that the opinions of others do not define your path. Breaking free from this fear requires a shift in perspective, where the chosen one reclaims their right to financial security without shame or guilt. The chosen one must also confront the belief that wealth is scarce or limited. The notion that there's not enough to go around, or that money must be earned through struggle and hardship, is another barrier to abundance. This scarcity mindset leads to feelings of competition and lack, which only reinforce financial struggles. When the chosen one learns to adopt an abundance mindset, they begin to see money as an infinite resource that flows in alignment with their energy and purpose. Breaking free from limiting beliefs involves a process of unlearning and reprogramming. It's about identifying the stories you've been telling yourself about money and replacing them with more empowering ones. For example, instead of believing that money is hard to come by, the chosen one can begin to affirm that they are deserving of wealth and that it flows easily into their life. This shift in mindset opens the door to new opportunities and experiences that align with abundance. Once these limiting beliefs are recognized and released, the chosen one can move toward a more empowered relationship with money. The next important step is learning how to trust divine timing when it comes to abundance rather than forcing or chasing financial success. Patience is one of the most challenging virtues to cultivate, especially when it comes to financial abundance. For the chosen one, the path to prosperity often unfolds in alignment with divine timing rather than personal expectations or desires. This can be frustrating, particularly when immediate needs arise or when it feels like abundance is being delayed. However, understanding the concept of divine timing is essential for shifting the mindset around money and trusting the process. Divine timing operates on a different wavelength than the linear human perception of time. While the chosen one may have certain financial goals or deadlines in mind, the universe often has a larger plan at work. This plan is aligned with the soul's growth, the unfolding of purpose, and the lessons that must be learned along the way. The chosen one may encounter financial setbacks or delays not as punishment, but as opportunities to develop patience, resilience, and faith in a higher plan. Financial struggles often serve a deeper purpose. They can teach important lessons about trust and surrender, inviting the chosen one to rely not on the visible and tangible, but on the unseen forces that guide their path. In moments of scarcity or uncertainty, it is easy to feel disconnected from the flow of abundance. However, these experiences are designed to strengthen the chosen one's spiritual muscles, encouraging them to lean into their inner knowing and trust that everything will unfold at the right time. It's important to recognize that divine timing does not align with urgency or fear. When you are driven by a sense of lack or desperation, you may inadvertently block the flow of abundance. The chosen one learns to trust that the universe knows when and how to deliver what is needed. Rather than forcing outcomes or chasing financial success, it's about aligning with the frequency of abundance and allowing it to manifest naturally in its own time. This process of trusting divine timing also helps the chosen one to avoid burnout. In a world that often equates financial success with constant effort and hustle, the temptation to push through every obstacle can be overwhelming. However, divine timing teaches that rest, reflection, and periods of stillness are just as important as action. Sometimes the greatest leaps forward come after a time of pause, where the chosen one allows the universe to do its part. As you become more attuned to divine timing, you may also notice that abundance flows in ways that are unexpected or unconventional. The chosen one often discovers that financial blessings arrive not through the channels you anticipated, but through opportunities, connections, or resources that align with your spiritual path. This is why it's important to remain open to the many ways abundance can manifest, trusting that the universe is always working behind the scenes to bring everything into perfect alignment. Understanding divine timing also means letting go of the pressure to compare your financial journey with others. The chosen one's path is unique, and the timing of your financial breakthroughs may look different from those around you. Comparison only fuels frustration and impatience, while trust in divine timing allows you to embrace your own timeline with grace and acceptance. With this newfound understanding of divine timing, the chosen one is prepared to dive deeper into the role of spiritual tests and trials that often accompany financial struggles. Financial struggles often come hand in hand with spiritual tests and trials. These challenges serve a higher purpose in the life of the chosen one, as they are not simply obstacles to overcome, but lessons designed to shape and refine the soul. Every test on the financial journey is an opportunity for growth, calling the chosen one to examine their relationship with wealth, trust, and faith in divine provision. Many of the trials faced during financial difficulties are rooted in spiritual growth rather than material lack. These tests are often designed to push the chosen one beyond their comfort zone, forcing them to confront limiting beliefs, fears, and attachments that may be blocking the flow of abundance. It's through these trials that the chosen one learns to strengthen their inner foundation, becoming more resilient in their ability to handle both financial challenges and spiritual demands. One common test involves the balance between trusting the process and taking practical action. The chosen one often finds themselves in situations where they must exercise patience and faith, trusting that the universe will provide. However, this trust is often tested when action seems necessary to make ends meet. This tension between surrender and effort is a critical aspect of the chosen one's journey, as it teaches how to discern when to move forward and when to allow the universe to work in its own time. Financial tests also push the chosen one to question their sense of self-worth. Money in the modern world is often tied to a person's value or success. When financial struggles arise, it can be easy to internalize these challenges as a reflection of personal failure. However, the Chosen One's journey is about breaking free from these societal narratives and recognizing that their worth is not determined by external wealth. These tests help the Chosen One remember that abundance is not just financial, it also manifests in love, wisdom, and spiritual fulfillment. The emotional and psychological strain that accompanies financial tests is another aspect of the spiritual growth process. These trials often bring feelings of frustration, fear, and doubt to the surface. But the Chosen One begins to see that these emotions are part of the purification process. They are invitations to heal old wounds and clear energetic blocks that may have been holding back the flow of abundance. Each financial test, though challenging, is an opportunity to dig deeper into the roots of scarcity thinking and transform it into a mindset of abundance. Another crucial test the Chosen One may face is the challenge of generosity in times of lack. When financial resources are limited, the instinct to hold on tightly can be strong. However, the spiritual test often asks for the opposite. Can you give from a place of faith, even when it feels like you have little? Generosity, even in times of struggle, sends a powerful message to the universe that you trust in the abundance that is yet to come. It is a test of whether you can operate from a place of abundance, even when your circumstances suggest otherwise. As these spiritual tests play out in the realm of finances, they serve as preparations for something greater. Once the lessons are learned and the inner work has been done, the Chosen One becomes ready to move into a deeper understanding of divine provision, stepping fully into a new level of trust and spiritual alignment. Trusting the process of divine provision is one of the most profound lessons a Chosen One will encounter on their financial journey. The concept of divine provision speaks to the idea that all your needs will be met in perfect timing, not necessarily through traditional means, but through alignment with the higher forces at work in your life. It is a process that challenges the reliance on immediate, tangible results and calls you to place your faith in the unseen. The Chosen One often finds that their path is different from the norm, which can make it difficult to trust that financial support will arrive when needed. Society emphasizes hard work, control, and effort as the primary routes to success. But for the Chosen One, trusting divine provision means stepping away from these conventional expectations and surrendering to the flow of the universe. It's about recognizing that financial abundance doesn't always come from predictable sources or through the usual channels. Divine provision is not just about receiving, it's about staying in alignment with your spiritual purpose. The Chosen One must continually tune into their inner guidance to ensure they are walking the path meant for them. When you're in alignment with your soul's mission, the universe responds by providing what you need to continue that journey. This provision may come in various forms, whether it's financial support, opportunities, or the right connections at the right time. One of the biggest challenges in trusting divine provision is releasing control. The human mind is wired to want to manage and manipulate outcomes, especially when finances are tight. But the Chosen One learns that true abundance flows when they let go of the need to control every detail. This doesn't mean abandoning responsibility or action. Rather, it's about aligning your actions with faith and trust. It's the understanding that while you play an active role in your life, there is a greater force working behind the scenes, orchestrating events that are beyond your immediate control. Another aspect of trusting divine provision is recognizing that delays or perceived obstacles are often blessings in disguise. Sometimes the financial support you're waiting for doesn't arrive right away because the timing isn't aligned with your growth or mission. These delays serve a purpose. They allow for more spiritual development or the alignment of circumstances that will bring even greater opportunities. The Chosen One learns to trust that everything is happening for their highest good, even when it doesn't appear that way on the surface. It's also essential to practice gratitude along the way. Gratitude is a powerful force that keeps you aligned with abundance. The more the Chosen One expresses appreciation for what they have, the more they open themselves to receiving. Gratitude shifts focus away from lack and toward the blessings already present, creating an energetic field that attracts more abundance. Trusting in divine provision requires this constant awareness of both the visible and invisible gifts you are receiving. As the chosen one deepens their trust in divine provision, they begin to realize that true wealth isn't just about material riches. It's about feeling supported and guided on every step of their journey. This realization leads naturally to the understanding that financial struggles are often tied to old patterns and cycles, which must be released to make way for new forms of abundance. One of the greatest challenges for the chosen one on the path to financial abundance is recognizing and releasing old financial patterns and cycles that no longer serve them. These patterns often stem from past experiences, family conditioning, and societal beliefs, deeply ingrained in the subconscious mind. Over time, they form energetic loops that can keep the chosen one stuck in repetitive financial struggles. For many, financial patterns are passed down generationally. Family beliefs about money, whether it's the idea that money is hard to come by or that it must be earned through relentless struggle, are often unconsciously adopted by each new generation. The chosen one, however, is called to break these cycles. To do so requires awareness of how these beliefs influence their current relationship with money. It's a journey of reprogramming the mind and soul to align with abundance rather than scarcity. The first step in releasing these old patterns is identifying them. This may involve reflecting on how financial issues have shown up in life, looking for recurring themes or struggles. For instance, does it feel like money always slips through your fingers, or that no matter how much you earn, it's never enough? These recurring situations aren't just coincidental. They are reflections of deeper beliefs and energetic imprints. The chosen one must acknowledge these patterns without judgment, understanding that they were formed through past experiences or inherited perspectives. Releasing these patterns also involves healing the emotional attachments tied to them. Money can carry emotional weight, from fear of not having enough to guilt over desiring more. These emotions act as energetic blocks, preventing the flow of abundance. By facing and healing these emotions, whether through meditation, spiritual practice, or inner work, the chosen one creates space for new financial realities to manifest. The process of healing might be uncomfortable at first, but it's essential for breaking free from the limitations of the past. Another critical element in releasing old financial cycles is learning to forgive both yourself and others for past mistakes or hardships around money. Whether it's forgiving oneself for financial mismanagement or letting go of resentment toward others who may have wronged you financially, forgiveness is a liberating force. It clears out stagnant energy and allows the chosen one to move forward without the weight of past burdens. As old patterns begin to dissolve, the chosen one must also consciously cultivate new habits and mindsets that align with abundance. This could mean embracing the belief that there is always more than enough, or practicing behaviors that reflect this new reality, such as saving, investing, or giving generously, even in times of financial uncertainty. These new habits help to solidify the shift away from old cycles and create a foundation for lasting abundance. As the chosen one continues to release these old patterns, they begin to realize that abundance is not only about changing external circumstances, but also about transforming the inner relationship with wealth and resources. This paves the way for a deeper alignment with purpose, where money flows as a natural byproduct of fulfilling a higher calling. The flow of financial abundance is often intricately tied to how well a chosen one aligns with their higher purpose. While many pursue wealth for material gain, the chosen one understands that true abundance comes when their financial journey is linked with their spiritual mission. This alignment transforms money from a mere tool into a resource that supports and amplifies their divine calling. One of the first realizations for the chosen one on this path is that abundance flows more easily when money serves a purpose beyond the self. Rather than focusing solely on personal gain or material wealth, the chosen one begins to see money as a way to further their mission and positively impact the world around them. When financial goals are in harmony with their spiritual purpose, the universe responds by providing the resources needed to fulfill that mission. Aligning with higher purpose doesn't necessarily mean abandoning personal dreams or desires. Instead, it's about ensuring that those desires are in sync with a greater vision. The chosen one often finds that when they pursue wealth from a place of service, whether that's through helping others, spreading knowledge, or contributing to a cause, financial opportunities arise in unexpected and fulfilling ways. Abundance becomes a reflection of the energy and value they are putting into the world, rather than something to chase or force. Another key aspect of aligning financial abundance with purpose is knowing when to say no to opportunities that don't resonate with your soul's calling. The chosen one may encounter offers or career paths that promise quick financial gain but feel out of alignment with their values. It's important to recognize that just because something is financially rewarding in the short term doesn't mean it will lead to lasting fulfillment. Trusting that the right opportunities will come, even if it means turning down seemingly lucrative offers, is part of maintaining alignment. Living in alignment with your higher purpose also means cultivating a sense of trust that the universe is always working in your favor. When you are on the right path, doors will open and resources will flow toward you in ways that may not always be predictable, but are divinely orchestrated. This trust allows the chosen one to relax into the process, knowing that abundance is not something to struggle for, but something that naturally follows a life lived with purpose. The process of aligning financial abundance with a higher purpose often requires ongoing introspection. It's essential for the chosen one to continually evaluate whether their actions, work, and financial pursuits are in harmony with their spiritual path. This level of awareness prevents the distraction of materialism or ego-driven desires from pulling them off course. Instead, they remain focused on what truly matters, using their resources to support a mission that uplifts both themselves and others. As the chosen one strengthens their alignment with purpose, they begin to notice that financial struggles start to dissolve. Abundance flows more freely, not because of external effort alone, but because their energy is aligned with a higher divine flow. This connection paves the way for deeper insights into the spiritual responsibility that comes with wealth. Wealth is often viewed as a privilege, but for the chosen one, it is also a responsibility, a spiritual duty that requires wisdom, humility, and discernment. Financial abundance is not simply for personal gain or comfort, but a tool for enacting greater good in the world. With wealth comes the opportunity to influence, to uplift, and to contribute to the well-being of others. And the chosen one is uniquely positioned to use their resources in a way that aligns with divine purpose. One of the key responsibilities that comes with financial abundance is stewardship. The chosen one understands that the resources they acquire are not solely their own. They are entrusted with these blessings to support a larger mission. This doesn't mean neglecting personal needs or desires, but it does mean recognizing that wealth carries a higher purpose. It's about balancing self-care with the call to be a source of light and support for others. True abundance is meant to flow, and part of the chosen one's responsibility is ensuring that it circulates in ways that benefit both themselves and the collective. Generosity is a powerful aspect of this responsibility. When the chosen one gives from a place of abundance, they not only contribute to the betterment of others, but also affirm their trust in the infinite flow of the universe. Generosity doesn't always mean financial giving. It can also involve sharing time, knowledge, or opportunities with those who need it most. However, when financial wealth is shared in alignment with spiritual guidance, it multiplies, creating a ripple effect of blessings that extends beyond the initial act. Another important aspect of managing wealth as a chosen one is ensuring that financial decisions align with ethical and spiritual values. This means being mindful of where money is invested, how it is spent, and the impact those choices have on others and the planet. The chosen one seeks to avoid actions that contribute to harm or exploitation, instead focusing on supporting ventures, businesses, and individuals that are rooted in integrity and aligned with the greater good. This conscious approach to wealth ensures that money becomes a tool for healing, not harm. One of the more subtle challenges of wealth is the temptation to become attached to it. Financial abundance can sometimes create a sense of security that leads to complacency or greed. The chosen one must remain vigilant against these traps, constantly reminding themselves that true security comes from spiritual alignment, not from material wealth alone. It's a lesson in non-attachment, understanding that while wealth can enhance life, it should never become the central focus or source of identity. As the chosen one steps into their role as a steward of wealth, they are called to remain connected to their spiritual mission. It's not uncommon for financial success to pull individuals away from their purpose, distracting them with material pursuits. But the chosen one, grounded in spiritual awareness, knows that wealth is only a tool. It is the mission, the calling that truly matters. By staying rooted in this understanding, they ensure that their wealth serves the highest good. With this spiritual responsibility comes a deeper understanding of abundance itself, not just as a personal blessing, but as a force that can uplift the world. This realization opens the door to explore the relationship between wealth and spiritual freedom. For the chosen one, wealth is not merely a symbol of success or material comfort, it is a gateway to spiritual freedom. Financial abundance, when aligned with a higher purpose, grants the chosen one the ability to live without the constraints that often limit others. It provides the freedom to focus on spiritual growth, service, and the fulfillment of their divine mission, rather than being weighed down by survival concerns or societal pressures. Spiritual freedom through wealth is not about accumulating as much money as possible. Rather, it is about using resources wisely and intentionally to create a life that aligns with spiritual values. This freedom allows the chosen one to prioritize what truly matters: time for reflection, connection with others, and space to nurture their spiritual path. With financial burdens lifted, the chosen one can devote themselves more fully to their purpose, embracing their role as a lightworker or healer without being tethered to the material plane in unhealthy ways. One of the key aspects of this freedom is the ability to make choices from a place of empowerment rather than fear. Many people are bound by financial concerns, making decisions based on lack or the need to preserve wealth. However, for the chosen one, wealth brings with it the power to choose the path that best aligns with their soul's purpose, without the limitations of scarcity thinking. This freedom creates room for creativity, exploration, and the pursuit of higher wisdom, unhindered by financial constraints. Another layer of spiritual freedom comes in the form of generosity. When the chosen one achieves financial abundance, they are liberated from the fear of not having enough. This sense of abundance allows them to give freely, knowing that the universe operates in a cycle of giving and receiving. The more they give from a place of love and purpose, the more they open themselves up to receiving, creating an ongoing flow of energy that supports both their spiritual and material lives. Wealth can also provide the chosen one with opportunities to create lasting impact. With financial freedom, they can invest in causes, communities, and initiatives that align with their mission, contributing to the healing and betterment of the world. This amplifies the chosen one's ability to influence and guide others, ensuring that their legacy extends beyond personal gain and into the collective good. The spiritual freedom that comes with wealth is not without its challenges. The chosen one must remain vigilant, ensuring that their relationship with money remains balanced and rooted in their higher purpose. The temptation to fall into materialism or attachment to wealth is always present, but with mindfulness and spiritual awareness, the chosen one can navigate these pitfalls and maintain a healthy connection with abundance. As the chosen one embraces this balance, they discover that wealth, when used in service of the divine, becomes a powerful tool for freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from lack, and freedom to live fully in alignment with their true calling. It's in this state of freedom that the chosen one can fulfill their highest potential, both in the material world and the spiritual realm. In closing, the journey toward financial abundance is not just about acquiring wealth, but about learning to use it as a tool for spiritual growth and service. For the chosen one, this path is marked by tests, lessons, and the cultivation of trust in divine provision. Ultimately, financial freedom is about much more than money. It's about living in alignment with purpose, contributing to the greater good, and embracing the spiritual freedom that comes with true abundance.